Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the second to the last episode ever of Broncos Breakdown. You'll hear more about that as we go through the show. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments, his comments, your comments in the chat. I am your host, Bronco Bill. He is that guy. Well, wait, not that guy. He's that guy over there.
That guy.
Yeah. He's Kona Spence, my co-host. Kona, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing today, Bill? I want to hear all about your great week. Come on, let us know.
It was a good week. Definitely cold at the golf course. My gosh, I got there. This is no joke, dude. I got it. My wife bought me heated gloves. Oh, I got to charge them up later on after the show. Anyway, I got heated gloves for Christmas. Those things are amazing, and I've been needing them all week. Oh, well, since Wednesday, I work at the golf course. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, but today I got to the golf course at 5 a.m. 33 degrees, ice everywhere. I know you're going to go on with some story. It was like below, freezing. It was like 18 or below or something. I know that because you're in the high country, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? We have to say a very special hello to my mom and my dad who are watching right now in Montrose, Colorado.
Nice.
Susan and Jay, cheers. Mom and dad.
Susan and Jay, cheers, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
And it's 39 degrees in Colorado right now. That's a heat wave in Colorado. So if we're complaining about 59 degrees, shame on us. Come on. That's what we're complaining about, 59 degrees and wearing short sleeve shirts. Come on.
Well, I'm inside and my wife has the heater on at like 150 right now. So.
Yeah. My wife's got it blasted up to 75. So, I might have another heat wave here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. All right. So we got a lot of topics, man.
Oh, yeah.
12, 13, 14 topics. We have a Jackass of the Week, which Kona has never been involved in one of the episodes of Jackass of the Week. So that'll be interesting. When I mentioned at the beginning of the show, this is the second to the last ever episode of Broncos Breakdown. Doesn't mean I'm going anywhere, nor is Kona going anywhere, because he's not. We are rebranding the name because I have a co-host now. When I started the first being on MHRT, first 3 years or 2 years, it was just myself. I have a co-host. I believe it is making the show better. So we're rebranding the name and we got a new logo. So I hope you guys are excited. That is officially, originally I said it was going to drop February 7th. I had to push it back to February 27th because Madungus Creevy has got so many things going on. In fact, he was supposed to do the Chargers check down tonight. That's why we have us on a last minute notice. It's because unfortunately, he has to attend a funeral. So it's nothing with his family, but it's a member of his church, and he does the music and the video setup and everything. So he has to be there. So that's why Broncos Breakdown is back here today. The last show of Broncos Breakdown will be next week, this February 7th. We are not doing February 14th. That's Valentine's Day. We are not doing that. And we're also not doing it the Saturday the 15th because we're both going to be busy. However, the following Friday, the 21st, will be the new rebranded name and logo. Can't wait, guys. All right, let's jump to the chat real quick. David Yonkin, I hope I'm Yonkin. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. You are batting leadoff in the chat. Thank you so much. Said Bronco Bill, what's new? I said, hey, man, what's new with you, my brother? Woo, 75 in Florida, he says. Wow.
He's loving life. He's like T-shirt. Yeah. 75, you guys.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. All right, like I said, we got a ton of topics. We have a Jackass of the Week we'll throw in there whenever I think it's appropriate. Definitely not the last, because I got some really cool stuff at the end that I think is really good. I call it the feel good story, the feel good topic. All right, first one.
We always end on a positive note.
Right. Bo Nix.
Oh yeah.
Was invited to the Pro Bowl, but declined it. Why would you decline the Pro Bowl? I mean, that's an honor. Well, it's an honor to be nominated, but listen to this. He declined the invite to the 2025 Pro Bowl games due to a routine minor cleanup procedure that is not part of his back issue. Oh, where is this located? Well, let me tell you, the location of this procedure was not disclosed. Was it his shoulder?
No.
Where is it? Bo said he would have been there if it wasn't for the procedure. So as a quarterback, you have to throw. There's games and things that they do in the Pro Bowl now. It's not just a game. It's a series of days that they do these different what do they call it?
Skills competition.
There you go. So if he's throwing to down the field, is it a shoulder issue? Is it an elbow? Is it what is it? What do you think it is?
I think it's his ankle. So he had ankle surgery after leaving Auburn in 2021 and before he went to Oregon in 2022. And so it probably went in there to clean it up, maybe take a screw out or something like that. Back in 1994, that's it, I had ankle reconstructive surgery. And a few years later had the option to go clean it out, but it was all good. And I wasn't going to be playing many more sports after that on a high level and competitive basis, although I play beach volleyball at a high level and competitive basis now. So I think this had to, logically, it had to be something with the ankle, because if you can't go on the airplane and can't do it, it's either got to be your knee or your ankle. And he has a history of an ankle injury dating back to 2021. And within 3 to 5 years is kind of that cleanup period for any kind of surgery on an ankle or a knee if there was ever an ongoing problem. So this was probably something like that.
Right. I just want to alert everybody that's watching, everybody that's in the chat, wherever you may be, the ticker down below of the topics is not in order. And the reason why it's not in order is because when I give it to Madungus Creevy, who sets up this whole thing, I have a tendency to set it up as I'm going through the topics. So that's my bad. I need to rearrange it. He put it in the way I send it to him. So my apologies, but those are the topics, just not the correct order.
Let's tell the truth. We like bouncing all over the place. We're stubborn guys who go from here to here to here to there to there. We're all over the place. We're drinking beer on a Friday night, having fun. So, Mom, Dad, I hope you're enjoying the show.
Who would do that on a Friday night? Who would drink beer on a Friday night? I mean, I don't know.
Shh. When I was younger, Uncle John did that when my parents weren't looking.
Okay, next topic. Moving on. If you will notice underneath my name, right here, it says PS2 captures second Defensive Player of the Year award. Now, he won the award with the players, with the NFL players. They vote and say who do they think should be Defensive Player of the Year. Hands down, it was PS2. Yep. Guess what? He's got the second. There's only one more left. If he can win that in February, which is the NFL, comes from the where's that come from? Does that come from the commissioner?
No, I think that comes from a combination of the league office, the general managers, everybody. Yep, that's my mom. Happy not gonna say it too loud, but happy 22nd birthday, Mom.
Nice. Sweet. Love it.
And that's my wife making sure I remember to say happy birthday, Mom. So happy birthday, Mom.
That's great, man. That's awesome. So does it come from the commissioner or?
I think it's a combination of the commissioner's office, the general managers, the owners.
You're right.
Something like that within the NFL hierarchy.
Right. You're right. I remember that now. So the first one, like I mentioned, was the players. Now we're moving up to the writers. Okay, who write about all these players? Listen to this. Surtain keeps racking up awards. He has now been awarded the NFL Defensive Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America Association. Wow.
That's
The
good.
NFL honors will be released in February, where Surtain could have a clean sweep of that award. I don't know if that's ever happened. I don't think that's ever happened where a player has won all 3 of those awards. The last time the Broncos, hold on real quick. Last time the Broncos had a defensive player win that award, guess who it was?
Von Miller.
Von Miller was the last one. Who was the one before him that won it the first time for the Broncos?
Mecklenburg.
No, I'll give you a hint. Corner. Who does Surtain remind you of?
Oh my gosh! Oh
Come
my
on,
god!
Dude. I know you know what it is.
Oh, I cannot pull it out. Tell me.
Champ Bailey.
Champ Bailey. Duh.
Champ Bailey. So Champ Bailey was the first Bronco to win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if he won all 3. I don't even know if all 3 were around at that time. They may not have been. And then Von Miller won it. Obviously.
Yeah, Von Miller, I remember winning it, which I think, you know what, I would love to see him
perfect tie-in.
Back on the Broncos. Take it away, Bill.
This is a perfect tie-in. You mentioned Von Miller as the last Bronco before Surtain to win it. Speaking of Von Miller, after the Bills lost to the Chiefs last weekend, they have a very tough decision. Von Miller is due $23.8 million next season, but he's turning 36. It's not likely the Bills bring him back. Buffalo could save $8.4 million by releasing him before June 1st. Miller says he still wants to play next season. Where does he go?
Denver. The second he is released, you send a private plane over to his house. Whoa. You put him in that private plane. You bring him to Denver. Here's why. Von Miller may be on his last leg, but the knowledge that he has, the respect that he has, the mentorship that he has to put this team into a better position defensively is priceless. You get him on this team now as veteran leadership, and the cost, it might be big, it might be a large number, but it's going to be worth every penny for the development of this defense.
Well, we know Von Miller loves Denver. He loves the city. He loves the state. He loves the football team and the organization. Does Denver do that for two reasons? Do they do it because they can use him, like you mentioned, with his knowledge and his skill that he can hopefully translate or impose on somebody else? Or does Denver do it as a goodwill gesture so he can retire as a Denver Bronco?
No, the first one.
Okay.
He probably has one more good year in him before he goes to the coaching rank. So this would be the best setting for him to use his talent on the field to educate the young folks, the young defensive linemen, the young linebackers, every position he's ever played, educate them, teach them, show them what it means to be a professional. And then he could probably jump right into being a defensive coordinator of some sort, an assistant linebacker coach, an assistant defensive line coach, taking that giant leap, working and helping the Broncos at the same time. It is a win-win for everybody. The value doesn't matter. You want to know something? Pay him $10 million. He's probably not going to get that on the open market, but the value he's going to add to the team, to the locker room, to the organization, you cannot put a price tag on that.
Do you think that Sean Payton would welcome him?
In a heartbeat.
Okay. And but it was the organization that was it the new ownership that let him go?
No, the previous one.
That's right. It was before
the previous one who made the traded him to the Rams, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, trade him to the right. You're right. I wish him all the best. I would love Von Miller to come back. I absolutely would love it. I would
just imagine if he only gets one sack, plays one play, the inspiration he will bring to the team, to the organization, to the city is you can't put a value on that.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely. And everybody remembers Super Bowl 50. How can you forget that?
Oh yeah.
That performance. I mean, it was just absolutely. And sure, he's longer in the tooth. I understand that. He's got years under his belt in the NFL. He's got undoubtedly some nicks and bruises and, things of that nature. But it's Von Miller. Yes. I mean, it's Von Miller. You know what I'm saying?
I will tell you
it's like saying goodbye to Rod Smith. That was hard to do. Remember that?
That was hard to do. How inspired do you think Von Miller would be if Buffalo dumps him and the Broncos bring him back for one last good run?
And then win the Super Bowl.
You think he's going to want to go to Buffalo and sack the QB there 5 times?
Yeah.
You think he's going to want to go after Mahomes 5 times? Mm-hmm. I think he would be so inspired being a Denver Bronco one more time.
A lot of times what happens is, and I mean, this in the working field and stuff like that, when you change to a different organization or different, different job within a career, different path. There you go. Within a career, you get inspired. Hey, they wanted me. They wanted me. I'm gonna work my butt off because they wanted me, kind of thing. So, and Andy would be coming home. I mean,
I'll give you personal experience. I'll give you a personal experience. I had an amazing job that I loved, that I was inspired for a nonprofit organization. Little less than 2 years ago, they laid me off. I came out of nowhere. I had no job until the current organization I work for picked me up. I have been so inspired since day one to work for them. I work crazy hours. My wife thinks I'm nuts, but I love what I do. I love the organization that I have. And this is the love that Von Miller is going to bring to the Broncos if he's given a chance to come back.
Right. I hope it happens. I absolutely hope it happens. All right. Speaking of the AFC West, Von Miller and the Broncos, that kind of stuff.
Right.
What do you think of this? This is a rumor out there, but what do you think of this? The Vegas Raiders need a quarterback, and they are looking at none other than the Cleveland Browns and Jameis Winston. Okay. Winston hasn't actually lit up the scoreboard, no kidding. But
except
the Raiders,
against one team.
Right. Right.
Yes.
But the Raiders with head coach Pete Carroll are in need of a quality quarterback to compete with Minshew and O'Connell. Do the Raiders, do they not tamper? Do they test that? Do they bring him in? Doesn't mean they have to sign him. Doesn't mean they have to, offer him a contract. But do they what's the word like? Do they engage in trying to get Jameis Winston?
No. And if the Raiders are going in a direction with Tom Brady in charge of football operations, yes. That's for everybody here, that is my wife. She knows I'm nuts, bonkers, roundabout, lost in space. That's also.
She goes, correction, I know you're nuts. It sounds like my wife, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but that was classic.
No, that's a good one. Hey, I love when she interjects. No, I will say this. Jameis Winston is as nuts as my wife thinks I am and is crazy. He will have
man.
1 or 2 amazing games where you think, oh my God, he's great. And then 14 games where he throws 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions, 5 fumbles, If this is the direction the Raiders want to go, I'm going to steal a line from my wife. They're nuts. And I wish Rudy was here to talk about the Raiders. But Tom Brady came into this organization to bring stability, to bring good NFL knowledge. Jameis Winston, he is a career backup. He is great for 1 or 2 games, and then everybody figures out and knows all of his patterns. And that, you know what? He played against our Broncos, lit us up. And then what happened after that? Went in the toilet.
Yeah, true.
So if the Raiders want to bring in Winston, good luck. You can have
or Russell Wilson. Can you imagine that? Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson.
Raiders, please bring Russell Wilson. Please. We get 2 games where we get to knock him, what out of him. Please.
Oh my gosh, that is classic.
But
man.
let's be logical about this. You really think Tom Brady's gonna, as a minority owner,
But does Tom Brady really have that much pull? He's only a minority owner. I don't know how much. 10%,
but think about this:
15.
Mark Davis only cares about the almighty dollar as the owner of the Raiders. He does not care about football. He's sitting up there. He's in Vegas. He's just like, yeah, give me the. Oh, the Raiders lost again. Okay, what? Tom Brady cares about football.
Right.
So there's going to be a situation where Mark Davis sits there and just collects the money, and Tom Brady has pride in making this organization, and they're both going to flourish.
But
now,
what message does that send to the GM?
Better make some good choices.
Yeah. Or you're gone. That kind of, yeah. Wow. I mean, Tom Brady does have a lot of pull. There ain't no doubt about that. I mean, if a player like himself won 7 Super Bowls, the guy's not stupid. He knows how to win. He knows what he knows, so to speak.
Yeah. And I bet you if Rudy was here, he would say he wished Tom Brady had the money to buy Mark Davis out.
Probably.
And I would think most real hardcore Raider fans believe that same thing too. Because Mark Davis doesn't care about winning. He cares about.
Can you imagine Tom Brady as a 100% owner or majority owner of a team? Wow.
Let me throw a hypothetical there. Tom Brady owns the Raiders. Peyton Manning owns a certain team. How would you like to see those two going head to head in an ownership game?
Well, since the Walton Penner ownership group have way more money than Peyton Manning, but I love where you're going. I would love to have had, Peyton Manning minority owner, something on the Broncos that just had that kind of knowledge. That'd be fun.
No, he could be an owner. I don't think he's going to get any ownership of the Broncos at all.
Sure. Right.
But maybe ownership in some other team, maybe the Colts or maybe.
Okay, that'd be okay. I thought you were talking about maybe AFC.
No. Sorry, the Swifties aren't going to allow that.
Exactly. Does anybody really care about the Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Does anybody really care? Well,
no.
Obviously, you want to hear something that. Listen to this. The Cowboys have a new head coach. Not Marty Schottenheimer. Per Adam Schefter, the Dallas Cowboys have hired offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. Brian Schottenheimer, really? Okay, hang on. Listen to this. Jerry Jones said this. Jerry Jones is all about Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah.
Jerry Jones said this, and I quote, "He ain't Brian no more. He is now known as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys," end quote. Is that guy egotistical or what?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, man.
You want to know something? The Dallas Cowboys are going to be in this paradigm until Jerry gives up power and control. Jerry is the owner. He is the president. He is the GM. All he cares about is Jerry, and Jerry.
Yep.
This hire goes absolutely perfect with Jerry's power and control mantra. The head coach has no say. The head coach has no authority. The head coach can't make any decisions. Guess what? I would tell you right now, as soon as that over-under for the number of total wins comes out for Dallas, make your mortgage payment on the Dallas under.
I don't know if I can go that far. I think my wife would kill me. Babe?
Well, hey, you want to know something?
Oh, mortgage payment. You said payment. I thought you were thinking like the mortgage, like.
No, the total mortgage. No, a payment. Just a payment, not the full mortgage. Yeah.
Honey, we got to move.
Yes.
What do you mean we got to move? I just mortgaged our entire house. No, don't go down that road.
That Spencer guy gave us bad information.
Spencer guy. Well, again, babe, he's no longer on the show because you don't have a show, because you don't have a house to do the show. You're going to be in the doghouse. What you going to be in? Speaking.
That's where I sleep every night. The doghouse.
Does she give you one of them little doggy vest things that you put on, one of the vest things you put on dogs? She give you one of them? Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I've got a leash. I got a leash that goes on the back of the shirt.
Dude, we're married. We all.
Yeah.
This is. Hang on. Almost knocked it on my. This is a leash. Shh, don't tell my wife. But this is a leash.
No, hey, we're not husbands. We're hostages.
Whoa, dude.
We're happily miserable. I mean, happily married.
Why do you think they say it's happy wife, happy life? Nothing rhymes with husband. Happy husband, happy. I don't know. Nothing rhymes. Happy
wife, low credit card bill.
There you go. Bigger credit card. No kidding. Now, talking about. I was going to segue right in this. Talking about bad decisions.
Oh,
I have the first ever for Kona Spence to comment on the very first for him, the jackass of the week.
You suck, you jackass.
I'm not quite sure the word suck should have been in that particular thing, given what I'm going to talk about. What I'm talking about, but here we go. This week's jackass of the week goes to none other than one of the greatest all-time field goal kickers in the NFL currently. Who would that be? Baltimore's Justin Tucker. I said Tucker with the T. Okay, Tucker. Listen to this. Baltimore, that's why I didn't want your son. Baltimore Raven kicker Justin Tucker engaged in inappropriate behavior at 4 high-end spas and wellness centers in the Baltimore area. According to 6 massage therapists, Tucker exposed himself.
Yep.
Brushing 2 of them with his junk and leaving what was described as liquid on the massage table. Tucker has been banned from 2 of those spas. Tucker's attorney, of course, denied the allegations and said it's impossible to prove it. The Ravens spokesman said, and I quote, "We take any allegations seriously and will continue to monitor the situation," end quote. Holy crap. My question is this. What does the NFL do about this? What do the Baltimore Ravens do about this? And is this the end of Justin Tucker in the NFL?
Well, simply put, I guess we now know why he's been missing field goals wide to the left and wide to the right.
Okay, we are moving. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You want to know something? I don't judge immediately right away. Let this play out, but this is not good at all. And you want to know something? If he gets released anytime soon, that'll explain everything.
Well, we had the whole Deshaun Watson thing, and he got a whole new big contract in Cleveland.
Yeah, and he stank up the joint.
No pun intended. No pun intended. But
hang on. Oh, while you're freezing.
Okay. If he's not, I mean, he may be punished by the NFL. He may be fined. He may be suspended. But do you think a team would take a chance on him given his skill set? May I say?
Hang on. Cheers to that one. Everybody in the chat, you got to drink. Mom, Dad, you got to have a drink for that one.
I mean, seriously, I didn't mean that to be pun intended, but it was intended.
Let's go to the chat because I think you have your answer at the bottom of the chat there.
Send in Lorena Bobbitt, she'll decide. Oh, yeah, that's true. Wide left.
Wide left.
Or right down the middle. I mean, we could go on and on with
You know what? In the end.
oh, there you go. In the end,
let it play out. But if there's a reason why he was distracted, this just explained everything this year. And he's normally an accurate, efficient.
He was accurate, all right. He was accurate.
He was less accurate this year, and I think we know why.
Oh my gosh, man!
Hey, Jack.
Whoa, Jack.
Jack's in the chat. There we go.
Jack Kenna, how you doing, my friend? What's up, dude? You guys, did you just catch the last ending of that Jackass of the Week? Because if not, go back and rewind it and check it out. There was a lot of double meanings in that one for sure. All right,
the uses of metaphors was extreme for our abilities.
Exactly. So, backing out, again, pun intended, backing out of the Jackass of the Week, we are exiting this segment.
You suck, you jackass.
And now on to the next topic.
Exactly. Precisely. The New York Jets.
Oh.
Here we go. New York Jets have fleeced a Denver Bronco coach. Excuse me. I got all choked. No, I'm not going back to that Jackass. I didn't get choked up.
No, we're not going back. No more wide right or wide left. Come on now. Let's stay focused. Down the middle.
The Jets have hired away Broncos coach Chris Bagno as their special teams coordinator. Bagno is the latest coach to be fleeced of the Broncos. According to Mike Kliss, the Broncos are the first team since the 2021 LA Rams championship season to have 3 coaching assistants leave for coordinator positions around the NFL. Does that spell good for the Broncos because Sean Payton's tree continues? Or does it spell bad for the Broncos because now we got to go out and hire 4 different coaches?
I think it spells good because you got talent both on the field and at the coach and the coordinator positions. These guys were not going to move up within the organization, so they had to go for other opportunities. I applaud them. I thank them. But this is completely understandable. If you're not going to move up within your current organization and there's opportunities elsewhere, you got to take them. And so I don't blame them. I just say thank you very much for helping us out. Good luck, except when you play against us, and may you have a lot of success.
Now, do you think it is a tribute to the way Sean Payton coaches and or the fact that the Broncos finally had a winning season and made the playoffs? Do you think those two had anything to play in it?
I think it's just the organization as a whole, and everybody in the NFL says this, has the highest potential right now out of any other team that has moved up or has taken that giant leap from 2023 to 2024. And there's only a bigger leap coming if they're going to do good free agent signings, good draft, everything like that. Plus, who knows? Sean Payton may have other individuals he want to bring into that. Like, for example, I know we talked about it, Von Miller. Von Miller could come in as both a defensive end and possibly an assistant coordinator for the defensive lineman. There's always possibilities there. So I think you commend the gentleman who helped us, thank him very much, wish him the best, and you fill the spots as necessary and keep building and keep building. If people are coming to the Broncos to get success for their coordinator positions, that just says something about our organization.
Very true. Jack Kenny had a good one for you. Answer this one. Talking about the guys leaving. Bad if you like them, but good if they can be replaced due to Sean Payton tree. That's the key. Can they be replaced? And obviously anybody can be replaced, but can they be replaced at that level that Sean Payton requires?
I think if he did it once, he could do it again. It's obvious. I mean, if you're fleecing assistants to go to coordinator positions, they're taking that step up somewhere else. That just means you're building a culture here. You're building an organization. You're bringing in talent who flourish and go elsewhere. So there's something to that.
Right. Okay. On that note, segueing right in. That's why I set these up.
Love the segues.
Here we go.
Because we got to have another drink.
There you go. Speaking of Sean Payton, Sean Payton has fired inside linebacker coach Greg Minuski per Tom Pelissero. Before I go on with I'll go with the whole topic. That way you can get into it. This is the second firing by Sean Payton. Denver is in need of 4 openings. One at special teams coordinator, inside linebacker coach, pass game coordinator, and tight ends coordinator. Are the Broncos in trouble? And by firing Greg Minuski, is it due to the fact that the Broncos could not stop the freaking run up the middle?
I think, I agree. I think and seen on the neighborhood show and all of our broadcasts, everybody was frustrated with the linebacker play as a whole. We could not guard a tight end. We could not stop the run. We could not blitz effectively with the linebackers. All around, the linebackers frustrated us from the moment the game started until the end. And how many times did we see a tight end get loose for a 15-yard completion, 10-yard completion, going for a 4-yard out, and all of a sudden they break a tackle and they're gone for another 15 yards. Right. This had to be done. I am not surprised at it all. I hope Sean Payton has someone to bring in. I have faith. Look at this. He brought in people who have succeeded and have been poached to go to other teams. He's done it before. He'll do it again. This is the one I have been pushing for this. This is the one need we have in the draft. Linebacker, linebacker, linebacker. Get that linebacker core established, because you've got your cornerback and your safeties set in. You've got your pass rush. That is good. Hopefully Von Miller will come help it. Our weakness on the defensive end is in our linebackers. We need help. We need quality at both the coaching position and on the field.
Now, Madungus Creevy of the 5280 ownership of the 5280 and has his own show on Tuesdays. He has said over and over and over till he's Bronco blue in the face that it is player issue, not coaching. But if you fire McGlinchey, is that sending a message that we can't fire all our linebackers? So we're firing the guy who coaches them.
I think Madungus is half right, but it takes good coaching that combined with good players to bring a whole output to the situation. Sorry.
Not only that. No, you're fine. But let me interject this real quick because I think you'll agree. Coaching does make a huge difference, but it takes a coach to motivate the players to the level that they never thought they could get to. I don't think McGlinchey did that.
No, and I think these players, again, how many times did you and I text to each other? These bleeping linebackers. How many times did we see tight ends have career days, go down the middle wide open? How many times did we see Travis Kelce be in the middle of the field? Oh, I'm just going to catch the ball. Let's see, you're 20 yards from me, linebacker. You're 15 yards from me. I'm just going to waltz down the field and enough.
Right.
This is going to solve a lot of problems. You get a good young linebacker core that is motivated with a teacher, a mentor, a coach who's going to promote them and get them ready for the game. It helps both the front defensive line be better. It helps the cornerbacks and the safeties be better. That's what we need.
Right. Absolutely. And if you have a good front line, you have a good secondary line, or not secondary, but back end line, but your linebackers suck, they're going to pick you apart right down. And we saw that all year long. Jack has a comment here in the chat, says, all I've seen is sack after sack by Denver. Remember, guys, you lost your best linebacker due to injury early in the season. Forgot his name, but that would be Singletary.
Singletary, yep. Thank you.
Yep. Singletary. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But here's the problem. If you got Singletary at this level and he's out for the year and all your rest of your guys are down here, that's not beneficial. You have to have guys. They always say next man up, but if the next man up is way below what the starter is, you're going to have issues. You're going to have problems.
Yeah, I think Jack is leading us to the next topic.
Not quite. Not quite, Jack.
Not quite.
Not quite, Jack, but you know what? I can jump there if you want. I'll jump there right now. I don't care.
Let's jump there. Come on.
When
have we ever done things in order? Come on.
Yeah, well, hang on. I'm getting all my notes all jacked up here. But it's all because of Jack. It's okay.
All the Swifties are waiting for us. Come on.
All the who?
Swifties.
Got it. Okay, here we go. He says, Kelce's hard to cover by any player. Kelce, please retire. Well, listen to this, Jack. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the verge of the Super Bowl and three-peating, but they are predicted to part ways with tight end Travis Kelce in the offseason. What? You mean we're not going to have Taylor Swift in the booth anymore, huggy, kissy, smoochy on the field after the game? Well, maybe, just not in the Chiefs uniform. Listen to this. Kelce could be a salary cap casualty. Kelce fell off his usual yearly performance, and at $19.8 million per year is crazy per Ben Roth of Pro Football Network. The Chiefs could restructure his contract, but Kelce may not agree. Wow. Is that huge news that came across this past several days? How do you think Kelce feels seeing that or hearing that or knowing it going into the Super Bowl where they can make history because no team has ever three-peated? What do you think's going through Kelce's mind? Does Kelce stay playing? Does Kelce restructure his contract to stay with the Chiefs? What in heaven's name do you think about this?
Honestly, someone's playing a game.
You think so?
I think someone is playing a game. Either it's with Travis Kelce's camp or someone else. Think about all the marketing aspects, the revenue that's coming from marketing with Travis Kelce on the team, with the Swifties, with the this, with the that, with my daughter being the biggest Kansas City supporter because
my wife likes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs now.
How much money do you think they're making because of this situation or this relationship?
But couldn't the NFL branch out? Let's say Kelce goes to New England.
No,
I'm just throwing names out. Okay, let's say he goes to the Raiders.
No, they can't because the Raiders have an incredible tight end already.
Well, that's true. They do. Bowers, I think his name, right? Okay, I'm just saying, wouldn't the marketing expand if he went somewhere else? I know Kansas City is like the capital of the NFL right now. I get that. I totally understand. I totally get it.
Yeah.
What if he went to Philadelphia?
Oh, where his brother used to play? No.
You don't think so?
No. You want to know something? Kansas City he has got 1 year left on his contract.
Yeah, at 28. At 19.8 mil.
He is staying put.
Okay.
Mahomes is going to make sure of it. I don't buy it, but
I don't buy it either. But it came across. I thought, you know what? That's a good topic to discuss because of the what if. None of us. I don't know if you did or not, Spence. I never thought Von Miller would be gone. I never thought Von Miller, my wild dream, would ever be gone.
Oh, okay.
From the Broncos after we won Super Bowl 50. I never thought he'd be gone.
And that was a different ownership group.
True. But he did decline after Super Bowl 50. Travis Kelce has declined by his own admission and by his own admission and by NFL insiders. He has declined. Okay. So would it be a shock if he left? Absolutely. I mean, he is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But then Rob Gronkowski, the Patriots, left too. It does happen.
It left because Tom Brady left.
Well, he went to Tampa Bay. You're right.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
As long
Patrick
as
Mahomes isn't going anywhere. So
exactly. And I honestly, this is your atypical marketing ploy.
who do you
by
think's
some-
benefiting from this? The Chiefs, the
Travis-
NFL, Travis
No,
Kelce,
Travis Kelce.
Taylor Swift.
Travis Kelce, I think, benefits from this announcement coming out. If Kansas City goes out and wins the Super Bowl, I hope not. Please, no.
Hey, we'll get it. That'll be our very last topic of who we think will win.
Okay.
I know we did it last week, but
Should it happen, I hope not. That gives Travis Kelce all the leverage, all the negotiating play. I'm a Super Bowl, and you're not going to be. He's under contract for one more year. If Kansas City decided to release him, whoa, market value plummets.
How do you feel? I didn't feel. How do you figure it would plummet?
It will plummet because all the Swifties who pay for all the marketing, buy all the Chiefs stuff, all that promotion that they get through Taylor Swift and everything. Goodbye. See ya.
Jack Kenneth says Casey making millions due to Swifty. Laugh out loud. Shinoa, she could buy Casey and not blink an eye.
Exactly.
I don't know, but come on. I don't know if she really worth that much to buy an NFL team? You think so?
Oh yeah.
Would she really?
Oh yeah.
The Broncos were bought out by the by Walton Penner ownership group for what? 4.25 billion.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's worth that. Okay. I could be. Well, of course, wait a minute. Then you get Travis Kelce to slide some of his money into her. No?
Repeat what you just said.
I know.
Sorry, Mom. We tried to keep it a clean show.
See, I do that a lot on the neighborhood of Medungus because he'll set me up and then I'll just start sliding into things. And then all of a sudden he'll say, do you realize what you just said? And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, kind of thing. So I'd say, I meant into her account. That's
no, but in the end, I would not be surprised if it ever came to truth that someone within Travis Kelce's agent's office went.
Could be.
Because Travis Kelce is coming to the end of his career. He's in, I think, mid-30s.
How old is he? Yeah, I was going to say, how old is he? Yeah.
I think he's 36, 37. Is he trying to maybe get one more contract?
Bill just trying to get the DMs.
Yes, he is. Cheers,
DM?
Madungus.
Hey, what's DM?
My mom's listening. I can't say it.
I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I'm serious.
We'll draw a picture for you later. Madungus, these old people.
Can I look it up? Can I look it up? Will it tell me?
No.
Oh. It's a slang thing?
Yes.
I have no idea. I don't know. Denver,
Next
Montana.
topic.
I don't know. Denver, I don't know who it is. Yeah, let's move on before I
hang on. If you want to show that one.
Rule number one for DM sliding, always lead off. Oh, direct message. Freaking Madungus. Well, the show, whenever he's on the show or in the chat or anywhere behind the scenes, this show always, or any show he's on, always goes south. Always.
You mean goes wide left or wide right?
Going back to Tucker, yeah. And I said Tucker with a T.
T, yes.
T. Okay. Okay, we need to move on.
Yes.
Before we get in trouble with the FCC or whatever.
I think it's not the FCC that gets us in trouble. It's these things that get us in trouble.
That's true. Your wife's watching, isn't she?
I know. I'm in trouble 24/7. All right. I love my wife to death, but I'm always in trouble. That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's the thing of a good marriage. You love your wife, but you're in trouble all the time.
a good marriage is you love your wife, but you're in trouble. Okay. All right. I guess I have an average marriage because I'm not always, although I was in trouble the other night. So yeah, you're probably right. You're probably
Hang
right.
on, Jack.
Jack said, breaking news. Swifty moves on from old man Kelce for the younger, better tight end in Brock. Whoa, that's good. Like I said, go to the Raiders. What I just
you
said.
know what? It's a marketing ploy. Go with the younger.
Oh, did you
stud.
hear? Speaking of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, did you hear? I came across this last week. I didn't put it in the topic because it was before I came across the actual Travis Kelce possible cut from the Chiefs. But Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have agreed to to experiment with separation during the off season so she can focus on her singing. And wait a minute. And he said because he wants to see if they miss each other more apart or love each other more together. What's that sound
do?
like?
So what? Who cares? Enjoy your high-end lifestyle. Next topic.
I know, but the point I'm trying to make is talk about the NFL just lapping in luxury with this. They're they're totally eating this up, man. No pun intended.
You know, the Swifties are all going, no.
That's what I read. That's what I read, dude. That's what I read.
Have a beer and relax. Next topic.
Javonte Williams. The Denver Broncos are saying bye-bye to running back Javonte Williams. Williams will become an unrestricted free agent, and the Steelers are looking in his direction. Why would the Steelers be looking in direction? They have Najee Harris. Oh, wait a minute. Do they have Najee Harris? With Najee Harris most likely out of Pittsburgh, Williams at age 24 may come a lot cheaper than re-signing Harris. Now, Harris is probably going to ask about $24 million over 3 years. Okay? Would Denver pony up and pay that to Najee Harris? Well, wait a minute. They need a running back, dude. I know it says in the ticker, number 2 says signing a pass rusher. That was wrong. My apologies. Should have said signing a Broncos or signing a running back. Now, why would the Broncos not go after Najee Harris? He had 1,000-yard rushing last year. Williams hadn't had that last year.
So did you say $24 million over 3 years or $24 million a year for 3 years?
No, $24 million. No, it says $24 million on here. It says Williams. Oh, Williams at age 24. I'm sorry. Damn it. Go on and answer the. I'll find it real quick because I know where it is. I want to make sure.
If it's
Mike is back. Mike texts me. He goes, "I'm backstage, guys."
Yeah. Well, bring him in. Come on, Mike.
I thought he was at a funeral. Let's see.
They're probably at. Remember, a funeral is a celebration of life.
Well, that's true.
There's always a celebration going on.
Where's the Najee?
Hey, I will say this:
Okay.
if it's $24 million over 3 years, take him. But I know he's looking for big bucks, and he wants $24 million a year for 3 years. That's $72 million. That's probably out of the Broncos' price range, but Najee Harris is worth it. But in this league, in this business environment for the league right now, is it worth it to pay a 3-year contract for a running back who's going to be getting hurt more often than not?
How do you know he'll get hurt?
Oh, running backs, the lifespan of a running back is not good. Seriously.
Sorry, you lied then, Madungan. He says, I'm driving, so I'm definitely not backstage. Well, you said backstage. Oh,
wait a minute, Madungus. We have seen you backstage several times while you're driving before.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my phone's all jacked up. I can't find this right now, but so I believe you're right. I believe it's 24 mil a year.
Yeah, and that he's asking for big bucks. I think that's out of the Broncos price range.
Wouldn't you put Najee Harris above the running backs the Broncos have now with Estime
and Williams?
No, not Williams. Estime and Williams would be gone. Estime and McLaughlin?
I would, but for $24 million a year, no.
Duncan says fixing Bill's
shish kebab.
There you go. Oh my gosh, dude. Freaking Mike. I swear to even when he's not doing the show, he's doing the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, we love to hear anybody else with the MHRT network. We love to hear from you. Come in the chat, join the
We love to hear from MHRT network too, but you're right. We like to hear from everybody.
We love for everybody. It's Friday afternoon. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Still 5 o'clock here in the West Coast. So join the chat. Come on. Oh, I got it.
So here's where I screwed up, because this is on the heels of the Williams topic I just mentioned about being gone. The Steelers possibly wanting to bring him in because Najee Harris is gone or will be gone. Possibly he's unrestricted free agent. I put in here Broncos possible pass rusher. Wrong. Broncos possible running back. That's what it should say. Here it comes. Denver is in need of a veteran running back, and the Steelers have such a guy in Najee Harris, who is a free agent. It is estimated Harris will want somewhere in the neighborhood of $27.4 million deal for 3 years. It will be interesting to see if Denver would pay that to a running back.
$9 million a year. With his productivity, $9 million a year.
We hear from you all the time, Mike. All the time.
$9 million a year might be a good value.
What was Williams getting? Do you know? I don't recall. I think it was 4 or 5, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but it'd be interesting because if let's say if he got 4 or 5, that would be Harris would be almost doubling. And would the Broncos go on a limb for a running back to pay twice as much?
Well, here's the thing, and everybody's going to equate to themselves to this. Saquon Barkley with Philadelphia has a 3-year agreement worth about $37 million. So that was an 11.6 signing bonus, 26 guaranteed with an average annual salary of $12.5 million. So if Najee Harris is looking for $9 million a year, that's reasonable for his abilities.
Yeah. Jack Kenna has a really good comment. Just stay away from Nick Chubb. I want that Pete Carroll, Marshawn Lynch replacement. Now, is Nick Chubb available? I haven't heard.
I haven't heard either, and I'm not a Nick Chubb fan because I have seen him against weaker teams. He's amazing, but when he plays against the high caliber defenses, no. Okay. You can have him. We'll stay away from him. You got
Nick. So let's say Nick Chubb's available and Najee Harris is available. You're taking Harris.
Harris, absolutely.
Okay. What makes Harris better?
I think
I don't mean against Chubb. What does Harris bring to if he comes to Broncos? What would Harris bring to the Broncos that McLaughlin and Estime don't have? Or is he
the ability to see the hole and jump into it quickly?
Doesn't Estime do that?
He does, but I don't think he has enough experience as Najee Harris.
Okay. And
I would say this.
Wow. But Duncan says stay away from Najee Harris, draft a running back. Well, now you're going at a younger running back with no NFL experience. Najee has NFL experience. Wouldn't you bring him in to be like a mentor? Somebody who can get the job done?
Let's put it back on Mike. Who do you suggest?
in free agency. Who's out there?
Free agency, or who do you suggest in the draft? I mean, we're not taking a running back with our 20th pick.
We
Probably
better
not
not
taking a running back in the second round. Maybe in the third or fourth round. Who do you suggest?
You remember what round Terrell Davis came out in?
Third round. Sixth round. Oh, wow.
Sixth round. Yep. Sixth round. And he was on the practice squad, didn't even expect to make the team until he had that big hit in the last preseason game against the 49ers.
Nice.
On that punt return, and he went down. In fact, do you know the story behind that? He was on the sideline. I'm going to interject this real quick.
Go ahead.
He was on there because I've watched the Terrell Davis documentary. Fantastic documentary. If you ever guys get a chance to watch it on YouTube or wherever, fantastic. You guys got to see it. He, especially from his childhood, it's amazing he even made it to the NFL, let alone Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion. But anyways, going back to the story, he was on the sidelines. He was told by Mike Shanahan, hey, you're probably not going to go in fourth quarter. So Terrell Davis ordered 2 hot dogs. And he got 2 hot dogs on the sideline. And he's eating the hot dogs. He finished the second hot dog. And Shanahan said, hey, I need you on special teams. And Terrell Davis said, holy crap, what if I go out there and I throw up? Because I just ate these hot dogs, right? And so he goes out on special teams. It's a punt, I believe it was a punt. He goes down on punt coverage and hits the guy. As soon as he catches the ball, he just nails the receiver or the punt returner, knocks him on his back. And at that moment, Mike Shanahan looked over to his coaches and just went, wow, that's a football player. And the rest is history. But sometimes you never know where you're going to be. Terrell Davis, had that not have happened, the rest of his career never would have happened either. So I'm just saying, you don't know who you're going to get. Maybe Najee Harris would be great on the Broncos. You don't know. What if? That's all I'm saying. And again, a sixth round draft pick by the Broncos in Terrell Davis, you never know who you're going to get. It could be a sleeper.
We got to catch up on the chat here.
Yeah, no.
Vic.
Who's hang on. Who's NC running back? Who's North Carolina's running back?
Someone we don't know.
Victory lap. Nice to have you in the chat. Haven't seen you before. Thank you so much. He said Aaron Jones would be a perfect fit. You agree with that?
He would be what value is he gonna want from the team? But he might be a good addition.
Maybe. Before I get to the next one in the chat, we are at the 1 hour, right there. 1 hour, little after 1 hour, 3-minute witching hour. I call it the witching hour because that is when we are on the last few segments of the show. We try not to make it longer than it needs to be. We really do appreciate each and every one of you in the chat and watching. You guys are the best. And thank you so very, very much every week for being a part of the show and supporting us. Alex Smith. Thanks, Alex Smith. Nice to have you. So maybe the coach is holding Estime back, his position coach. I don't know. I don't know. I still can't get over the fact that we did not have Estime in that playoff game. I still don't understand why we did not have him playing against Buffalo. But I don't know if it would make a difference.
We got to give a salute to my dad right now. He's now watching. Jay Smith III, inventor of a video game called Vectrex. Everybody research it. Dad, love you to death. Cheers to you. I hope you're enjoying your wine or your beer.
Oh, he's not in the chat, though.
No, he just texted me. Right
okay. Now. All right, cool. Nice to have you. Thanks so much for watching. Jack Kenneth says, what's GTG?
Gotta go.
Oh, gotta go, fellas. Got hope in the Raiders chat and the show. Always a pleasure chatting with you, fellas. Thank you so much, Jana. Thank you so much, Jack. What the heck is wrong with me?
Not enough beer. Come on, more beer.
Jack, I apologize. I'm sorry. Really am. I do apologize. I didn't mean to mess up your name. Thanks, Jack, so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Great show last night, too. I saw it Wednesday night. Really good show, man. What's the last name? My days are blurring because the day was such a crazy day today. Madungus says sources say Denver's looking at a defensive tackle in the first round. But we need linebackers.
Here's the thing. I think it's either one of three people. And go to the next chat. Go to the next comment. There's a mock draft that thinks Gentry will fall to 20, the Boise State running back. I am torn between a stud linebacker or Gentry. I will say this: if Gentry falls to 20, grab him.
Oh yeah, he'll be a Bronco for life. But Boise State
He'll be
Broncos,
a Bronco for life.
Yeah,
if
Boise
he's not
State
there,
Broncos and Denver Broncos.
If he's not there, there's a few stud linebackers who could definitely help out.
Alex Smith said Estime just turned 21 the other day. That makes him a real baby, man, in the NFL. That really does. So maybe they were holding him back because he's just really young and just not as built and beefed up. I don't know. I have no idea. Victory Lap says Estime looked good against the Chiefs. Why the lack of touches? That's been our question. We have no clue.
We've asked that several times.
Yeah. And then he follows up by saying he's young.
No.
Sean Payton likes the idea of developing players.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Okay. So, again, maybe he is holding him back just for a bit. I don't know for whatever reason. But Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning head coach in his career. So who are we to say, right?
Hey, and Sean Payton's developing his own tree right now. Look at all the assistants who are running off. You know, a few of them are going to win Super Bowls.
Absolutely.
Down the road.
Alex Smith says Estime needs to work on his lower body strength. He's a big guy who can punch people. Yeah, that's the key. You got to keep your legs moving. Who was that one guy? The guy from Philadelphia. He came over from the Giants.
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley. That dude takes more than one person to tackle that guy. Why? His legs keep churning. He keeps churning and churning and churning. It doesn't matter. It's just that good. Madunga says Gentry will go to Dallas.
No.
Why not? You got Brian Schottenheimer. Come on, man.
No.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. We got a couple more topics. We got this is the first of the last three topics for the second to the last ever Broncos Breakdown show before we rebrand on the 27th. If you guys haven't heard it, I will reiterate that and repeat that at the end of the show. Stay tuned. Here you go.
So let me translate. This is the first sip of the third beer of the second half of my fourth glass. Is that it?
First sip. You already lost me, dude. I just got the first sip part, but that's good. But I'm not sure we want to go down that road again. You know what I'm saying?
No. Wide left.
You sure it wasn't right down the middle?
No. Oh, no.
All right. This is crazy. It can only come from this guy. But this is crazy. Okay? The Super Bowl trophy is named Vince Lombardi, right? We all know it's called Vince Lombardi Trophy. Well known, just like the Stanley Cup, a la Avalanche, just like the Stanley Cup, or the Commissioner's Trophy for baseball, or the the FedEx Cup in golf. It is something you don't change. Or do you? According to one former NFL head coach, he is pushing for this. Interesting. The Super Bowl trophy is named Vince Lombardi, who led the Packers to the first 2 Super Bowl wins in the modern era of Super Bowl. However, Bill Belichick, that guy, said coaches don't win games without the players, and he suggests that the league change the name of the Super Bowl trophy from the Vince Lombardi Super Bowl trophy to the Tom Brady Super Bowl trophy due to Brady's 7 Super Bowl rings. is that preposterous or what? Is he trying to recreate Mount Rushmore? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's beyond preposterous. I mean, yes, thank you, Tom Brady, for everything you did. You're 20 years in the league, everything like that. You're now an owner, great. But you do not go back against tradition, against the original, against the beginning of time and say, you know what, Coach Lombardi, see ya. We got a new generation. Do you think, using a hockey analogy, do you think they're going to ever rename the Stanley Cup the Gretzky Cup? No.
It's the Lord Stanley.
Lombardi Trophy celebrates the history of the league, the infancy of the Super Bowl, the beginning of time. This is the new era of football. It used to be the NFL championship. It's now the Lombardi Trophy. That respects the history of the league way back when it started many times ago and moving forward.
Right.
Bill Belichick, I don't know. I think he's drank more than I have when it comes to this topic.
But you know what? With all due respect, and I'm not advocating, nor am I in Belichick's corner, but he does make a point. Coaches don't win games. Yes, they coach the players and to put them in the best position, a la Mike Shanahan with John Elway, Terrell Davis, Rod Smith, Ed McCaffrey, all of them. Yes, I get it, and Shannon Sharp, I get it. But you don't win Super Bowl 50 without Von Miller or Champ Bailey or the other player. You don't win it, right? But you don't just tear down a legacy called the Vince Lombardi Trophy, who, if it hadn't have been for those 2 wins early in the NFL Super Bowl era, you wouldn't have what we have today. And to sit there and change it, to me, would be drastically wrong.
It would be wrong, but who prepares the players? Who gives them the game notes? Who gives them the strategy? Who gives them the video?
So why don't we name it the Bill Belichick Trophy? I mean,
oh no. No. Oh my God. It would be boring.
I'm just saying, if we're talking about coaches, and I know it's preposterous, and I know we're going down this rabbit hole that will never change. But it was. I found that interesting because it was so far-fetched. Why would you even put it out there? That tells me that Belichick is still totally in love with Tom Brady.
Oh, more in love than Travis Kelce is with Taylor Swift. Come on now. We're going back to one of our topics.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, real rapidly.
No, you want to know something? You do not change tradition. You do not go back and rename something. The Larry O'Brien Trophy in the NBA. Yes, could we rename it the Jordan Trophy, the Magic Johnson Trophy, the Larry Bird Trophy? Yeah, we could. But you stick with tradition. This is what built up the NFL. This is what made NFL so popular, and you don't mess with it.
But they could name a different trophy. Like MVP could be Tom Brady MVP. Like in baseball, they have the Cy Young Award. They have a Cy Young Award for a pitcher who's outstanding in that year. Correct? They have the Cy Young Award. Oh, Cy Young Award. They have they have these other awards in different sports named after different people because of the achievement they made. You don't take away a legend in Vince Lombardi.
Yeah, and you can't rename the Super Bowl MVP trophy because that's already the Pete Rozelle trophy.
Exactly. So I found it interesting. I found it preposterous, but I wanted to bring it on because I knew it'd be a heated discussion as well as one that would just drive people crazy, which it already has.
Speaking of crazy, we got to get to the chat here.
I know that's where I'm going. Let's see. Paul Schaefer, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much. Says best corner in the league, made dad proud. PS2. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
You know what's so funny? Remember what his dad wanted PS2 to do.
To
PS2
leave.
to do. Get out of Denver.
Yep.
Who's
Big
the
E
smart one now?
Bronco. Nice to have you in the chat. Says, how you doing, Bill? And the other guy is Spence. He is the co-host. he's a mainstay on the show. So how you doing, Bill and Spence? That looks like that one comedy actor. I can't think of his name of. You look like a comedy actor.
Bill Murray. I get that one all the time.
Do you really? That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
I used to get
said he played in Ghostbusters. Is that
I used to get either John Ritter or Bill Murray.
Oh, there you go. It's so the one where he said he played. It says he played in Ghostbusters. Which one is that?
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Okay. So what is this? Joe Brewer said no. Bill needs to go back to chasing college level co-eds. Whoa.
Take the ring off. Take the ring off.
No, I can't do that.
No. See, Joe, you'll learn in reality if you start chasing co-eds, it's going to cost you a lot more.
Yeah, it will. Wife and I watched the Super Bowl. The NFL done corrupted it by cheating for Kansas City.
Agree.
And pointing out there, Big E Bronco. Thank you so much for being in chat, by the way. Appreciate it always. You know what? If the Chiefs win, I hate to say it, not being political, but it was brought up. It was rigged. It would be rigged.
You want to know something? And going to that one play, it was incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
It was obvious it was incomplete. My wife even knew it was incomplete.
Kona looks like Bill Murray or the key Mr. Guy.
Cinderella story.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
Oh, how about the one where he goes, okay, I gotta, should I say it?
Yeah, go.
Okay, ladies, I got a salami, I gotta hide. And is he doing that one? You asked it. I mean, that whole movie is just, it's borderline.
It's borderline awesome.
It is borderline awesome. Hey, can I play through? Yeah. That Brady Docs. Oh, it's funny. Just good food. What is that? That hat looks good on you. Hey, Wang, come on. Taking pictures out in the parking lot.
There. I'll get my hat on.
There you go. There you go. Oh, man. Victory Lap does say Tom Brady is the GOAT, though. Yeah, I know. I agree. Yep. Go Barkley. Go Fred. The only problem I have with the Eagles being in the Super Bowl is Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio couldn't do with Denver what he did with Philadelphia. Sure, Eagles have better players at that time now than Fangio had with the Broncos. I get it, but it still hurts. It still hurts because he's going and we're not.
All I can say is, honey, sushi is on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Sushi meaning?
Financial investment in the Super Bowl.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. See, I got to read between the lines of what, how you, it's all coded. It's all in code.
Yeah, well, welcome to young people these days. Everything is coded.
Paul Schaefer makes a good point. Manning had more MVPs. Tom Brady had the better coach and teams. Indianapolis, they had good teams, but I mean, Brady going from his very first year going from New England without Belichick to Tampa Bay and win the very next year. Manning didn't do that with Denver.
Oh man.
Just saying.
This would be a
but
very
then again
long
we
announcement.
didn't. But then again, we didn't have Kubiak his first year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the difference. So, again, it goes back to what you said that coaches do make players better.
Exactly.
Great coaches make players better. Average coaches make
great head coaches put the right coordinators in the right position to help the players.
Right. Victor Knapp says Barker's going to win the Super Bowl MVP. I'd love to see that.
I will tell you right now, one of the prop bets that I love, and I forget the number, is Barkley over the amount of rushing yards that they had. I can't remember what it was, but I'm definitely
Are you putting money
prop betting that one.
Are you putting money on the Super Bowl?
Oh, what do you think? I got to pay for a sushi dinner for my wife. I just announced it to everybody.
I know.
Wait a minute. You forget. We're married to Latinas. They hear everything.
Oh,
they know
everything.
Right.
Holy crap. You got that right.
We're in trouble 24/7. Okay.
You know what my wife said the other night? She says, who were you talking to last night? Not last night, but like last week. She goes, who were you talking to? And I go, when? She goes, when you were sleeping. I went, I don't know. I'm asleep.
Okay.
And she's like, well, I'd like to know what you were thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. I was asleep.
There's no right answer. There's no right answer. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Let's get off that topic real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Doesn't that one guy, meaning Spence, with Bill, look like Dan Aykroyd that played in Ghostbusters?
Okay, I'll take that one.
Okay.
I'll take that one.
Okay. And then Paul Schaefer goes, yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
I like it, man. You guys in the chat are amazing, man. I love you guys. Go
back to the netherworld.
If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, it's Alex Smith. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl and Barkley is the X factor, I can see him winning MVP.
Absolutely.
And I know this is what the show does. We just go everywhere because you guys are amazing in the chat. We appreciate it. We acknowledge you and we comment on what you say. Do you think that Barkley single-handedly, a la Von Miller of Super Bowl 50, single-handedly takes over that game?
Yes.
Whoa.
I think that he's going to be the biggest difference. Look, I did the research and I can't remember who it was, but every time KC went against a running geared offense, they did not look good. Like I think it was, the one game that I remember was against Carolina. Now, Carolina didn't have the defense that Philadelphia has, but Carolina ran all over the Chiefs. And Carolina finished, 3-13? 3-14. So I love the running attack for Philadelphia and the Rams. Good defense, horrible run defense, and Barkley ran all over them.
Yeah. Well, look what Barkley did last week. Holy smokes, man! Against Washington. Washington had a pretty good defense throughout the year. But
pretty
Barkley
good defense, but not a good front line.
Right.
So
right. Yeah, again, Barkley. Once he got in that secondary, he was gone.
The Eagles winning the Super Bowl is, in my opinion, is going to rely on one thing. If Hurts is 100%, he looked a lot better after that injury against the Rams, against Washington. If he's able to really excel and run and be able to scramble, I think KC's done.
Right. Madungus wants to rename the trophy the Tim Tebow Trophy, powered by Jesus. Well, there you go, man. I mean, you can't argue with that, right?
Can't argue with that. No,
and the trophy would look different because he'd be on one knee like this. That would be the trophy. Just saying. Okay. Not being sacrilegious at all. Honestly, I'm not. Victory Lap says Barkley, 2 touchdowns, 140 yards rushing, and 50 receiving.
That's the over.
Would you put money on that?
Yes.
You would.
Oh, yeah.
For over?
Oh, for over. That's, you know what? I'll pull it up later and I'll see if I can find it. But I know this. I think the rushing yards was somewhere in the 80s or 90s or something like that for Barkley. And it's going to definitely be over that.
Wow. Uh-oh. Hide the salami.
Oh, geez.
That's what Paul Schaefer said.
Are we going back to the Tucker thing again?
Oh, man. Madungus says, I'm more shocked that Bill has actually seen a movie.
Well, You saw the first original movie that was produced and developed back in 1931, right?
It was one of those motion pictures where you saw the thing going flipping like this back and forth, and you had to kind of yeah. It was tough. You had to wear some special glasses to keep it from lining up. Yeah, thanks, Majungus. I like Caddyshack. I like Airport. Remember that old Airport movie? I like Airport. I like Smokey and the Bandit. I like Grease 2. Grease 1 was okay.
Grease 2?
I like Grease 2. Michelle Pfeiffer was a
I know. Grease 1 was better than Grease 2.
Michelle Pfeiffer was a babe.
Well, okay. Michelle Pfeiffer is the only thing that made Grease 2.
Well, that's why I liked it.
Well, okay, then. I'll give you that one.
Okay. Come on, man.
By the way, the prop bet, I remember it opened in the 90s for Barkley. It's now up to 112.5 rushing yards for the game. Still think over.
Paul Shaver says, I better not bet my wife is half Latina.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, his wife is Latina. My wife is Latina. We feel your pain and joy and happiness and excitement.
Paul, no, not Airplane. I don't like slapstick movies. Airport, the one where the plane's coming in, it was blown, the side of the plane was blown out, and they landed safe and it was with
Paul, do you like gladiator movies?
Who, me? Oh, I don't. Oh, do I bring this one up?
Bring it up.
Paul Schaefer said, Justin can't find a rub and tub, rub and tucker. We've
gone there.
With a T.
We've officially gone there.
Yeah, go back there and watch the beginning of the show. Yeah.
I'm gonna get lectured about from my mom and dad. What did that young man just speak about? I was like, I'm in trouble with my parents again.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Victor? Yeah, I hope so too. Hopefully the refs call a fair game. I don't know.
That's all we want. And hey, here's the thing, Vic. The game is not in KC, so I think it will be a fair game. If it was in KC, then I'd be worried.
New Orleans. It's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Nolans.
Yep. Way to go, Victor Lapp. That is, dude, that is boom. No cheap Pete. So classic, dude. No cheap Pete. That is great, man.
You know what? You better copyright that.
Best quote all night. Best quote all night. No doubt on it.
Copyright that one, Vic.
Yeah, that is classic. No cheap Pete. Got to remember that, man. That is great. Great. You got to put that on a shirt. No cheap Pete. You got to say it correctly, or you could really screw that one up too.
Yeah.
Yes, they had movies when I walked the ground. I'm only 66 years old, not 266 but Doug is 6 I am. But
466.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lose track since my age. How do I look for that age? Getting a little wrinkle, something. All right. Last two topics.
Weren't you on the beach when Christopher Columbus landed in Florida?
Yeah, but scared the daylights out of me. So in Florida, Christopher Columbus, scared me. I ran, and then that's how I learned about the Indians and all that kind of stuff, man.
Amen.
All right, Cortland Sutton is a fantastic wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. Catches everything thrown his way. 50-50 ball, catches the hard ones, the ones over his shoulders. Great receiver. He's also venturing into something off the field. Now, we all know John Elway had car dealerships. Peyton Manning is a wine, is part of making wine, his own brand. People have different things they get into prior to retiring from the NFL, so they have something to fall back on, something that they can rely on when their career's done. Is Cortland Sutton's career done? Not by any stretch of the imagination, but he's starting early. I like this. Listen to this. Cortland Sutton is branching out and trying his hand at entrepreneurship with his brand of candy. Sutton is partnering with a local Colorado candy company called Sporty Sweets. Cortland's candy is called Sutton Sours. It is a sweet, fruity, and sour treat made in the image of Sutton's playing style. How cool is that, dude? How cool
All
is
I
that?
can say is I've got 2 taste testers here at home, my daughter and my son. So, Cortland, if you need 2 taste testers to help with any kind of market research, I've got kids who will help you out. So bring it on.
That's so cool. But think about it. So let me bring it back up. So his career style is sweet. He's a sweet player, right? I mean, the guy makes some sweet catches, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what the fruity part means, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But the sour part is he can make defenders sour. In other words, he makes these catches like, oh God, how do you make? Remember those catches in the end zone? I mean, with one foot and dragging the other right at the corner of the end zone, you know the defender's going, good gosh, made him feel sour, right? I like that. Sutton Sours. That's pretty cool.
Amen.
I wonder if it'll be anywhere. I wonder if it's just going to be in the Colorado region or is it going to branch out? I mean, I'm assuming at the beginning it's just going to be localized and then see how it takes off.
Send some out here. We'll taste test it for him. I'll get it to my kids who will take it to their school. Let everybody try it and we'll give them feedback.
Exactly. I agree, Big E. Christopher Columbus landed on Plymouth Rock in Virginia. Kona has had too many of those, and he got confused with Virginia and Florida.
They
both end in A, so,
Sorry, I don't remember anything before 1776. So I had to repeat 6th grade because I failed history. Okay, so that explains everything.
You did not.
Yeah, I did.
Did you really?
Wow. Mom, I had to repeat 6th grade because I failed history, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now you're doing wonderfully in what your career's doing. So there you go. See? Had nothing to do with history. Has to do with economics. Right?
The economics of my beer, yes.
Economic beer. All right. Last topic. And this I love this as a feel-good story. The Cortland Sutton's a feel-good story. This is even better. Guys, when the Broncos got the new ownership group in Rob Walton and Greg Penner, everybody out there that's ever watched my show knows I was totally 100,000% against it. Why? Because I did not think that the Walton Penner ownership group would keep the Broncos in Denver, that they would have any solid investment in keeping the Broncos in Denver. I even told my wife, I bet you $1 million that they move them to Bentonville, Arkansas, because that's where Walmart headquarters is. My wife used to work for Walmart. She's retired now, but she used to work for Walmart. And Bentonville, Arkansas was like king. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going out of Denver. Nope, not at all. Listen to this, guys. You talk about a ownership group that is literally rooting their career, their ownership group in Colorado. Listen to this. Talk about feel good. This guy, if guys out there, if this doesn't make you feel good, something's wrong with you. Listen to this. The Denver Broncos ownership group is committed to giving back to the community. In fact, they are going to donate 15,000 football helmets to Colorado high schools. This is a no cost to any of the schools, none whatsoever. It is an absolute donation to these kids playing football. That's how much they're investing themselves in the community. I continue. They will be distributed to every single player on a tackle football team in every high school in Colorado statewide. Wow. I got goosebumps right now, guys. I literally got goosebumps. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing that this ownership group feels that much love for for the country. Yeah, well, they do. This love for the state, for the city of Denver, for the high school football players to keep them safe. They're going to have the state-of-the-art new helmets, guys. This is not going back to 2012 or 2010. They're going 2025 helmet. 15,000 high school football players. If that doesn't bring goosebumps, if you cannot applaud that, something's wrong with you guys. Oh my gosh. I saw that and I said, that has got to be the ending topic for the show because that is absolutely amazing. And those helmets are not cheap. I mean, 15,000 helmets, let's say they cost $2,000 a piece.
Yeah. And hey, this is, as you freeze right now, this is exactly what this ownership is trying to do. They are trying to embed themselves in Denver. They are trying to create a culture. There's eventually going to come a point in a time when they're going to build. You're back. They're going to move probably the stadium down to their owner where they're located right now. This ownership group is embedding themselves in Denver culture right now. And this only just supports what they're trying to do to build not just a brand for the Broncos, but a brand for their ownership and to point out and to put it front and forthright that they want to be in Denver. I have a good friend of mine, Lane. I hope you're watching the show tonight, who lives in Bentonville, Arkansas. He moved from California. He is happy. He loves it there. But the Walton family is trying to establish a base here in Denver. Commend them, applaud them, and they are dedicated to being Coloradoans just as much as we are. So all the best to them. Great what they did. This shows how committed they are to Colorado football. Absolutely. And the Colorado community as a whole.
Absolutely. Before I do my comment on that, I'm going to bring in Clayton Haran. Clayton, nice so much to see you in the chat. Thank you so much. He says, hey, guys. I say, hey, Clayton, what is up? He says, smash that like button and share, guys. Absolutely. Follows it with Denver Bronco for life, baby. And again, Clayton, you always touch my heart, dude.
Yep.
Great way to top off a Friday night. Man,
Amen.
I appreciate you so much, Clayton. Really do appreciate. And not only Clayton, but everybody in the chat.
Gotta give quick shout out to my nephew Dylan, who's watching in St. Louis. Dylan, he loves saying one thing to me.
What's that?
So Dylan, hope you're doing well.
Let's see. Clayton says, getting pumped for tomorrow morning pancake breakfast for Cub Scouts and ice sculpture seeing made in ice game. They're great, man. Don't break an ankle, dude. Ice skating. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, on that topic of ice skating, last time I went ice skating, which was the last time, and always will be, I was skating around. I thought I was getting pretty good. This is about maybe 10 years ago. I thought I was getting pretty good, and I'm skating around. All of a sudden, my legs went out from under me. Dude, I went back. If I had to put my hands behind my head, I would have cracked my head open. Dude, I had a headache for not a week, but I had a headache for the rest of that day. I said, that's it. I am done. Not doing that anymore. That hurt. All right, going back to what you were saying about what were you saying about? The ownership group. Going back to saying that, can you imagine when those kids get a helmet that they knew came from the Broncos ownership group? Don't you think for one moment, what do you mean my legs are the size of a hockey stick? But Douglas, what do you mean my legs are the size of a hockey stick? Holy smokes, man. I wasn't trying to kick nothing, but no, can you imagine being a kid? Okay, let's say you're a high school football player and you're getting a helmet given to you by the Broncos organization ownership group. You know, that to me would make me, in awe. You know, it would just be, Mom, the ownership group gets. I'm still amazed at the generosity of this ownership group. Now, sure, they got money to do it with, no doubt about it. But if they didn't have the desire in their heart and they didn't have the desire to be part of the community, and to give back to the community, You see what I'm saying? If they didn't have that drive and that desire, and it would be all for naught. But what they're doing is absolutely. I take back everything I said that they'd moved to Bentonville, because obviously they're not. Thank goodness they're not. But man, I'll tell you what, I love what they're doing. I absolutely applaud them, and it's nothing short. I mean, look at the money they're putting into Dove Valley, changing the entire upgrading it. They're wanting to build a new stadium. They put in brand new turf halfway through the season at Mile High. Just doing all of these things for the fans and whatnot. It's absolutely amazing. I love it.
Yep.
I really love it.
My nephew Dylan just wanted to say hi to Bronco Bill. So hi, nephew Dylan. This is the background off your uncle's porch. So you've been here.
And that's the background of my den. Not anywhere else. But anyways, we've got an hour and 41 minutes. Guys, you have been amazing in the chat. You've been amazing watching wherever you may be across this great land. Thank you so very, very much on a Friday night, on a busy Friday night, heading into a weekend. You guys, it's the last Friday night of January. Last Friday night of January. Our next show, February 7th, will be the very last show of Broncos Breakdown. Not leaving, rebranding. Go ahead, Kona. Say what we got planned.
I look forward. We're going to continue this banter, this beers, this Broncos. That's going to be our new slogan. We look forward to the new name and just a great energy that we're going to bring to this program. We thank you guys in the chat. We thank my family. We thank Bronco Big E. McDungus, thank you for your participation.
You thank McDungus?
Yeah, I have to. He owns the joint.
Oh yeah.
If you don't thank him, he's going to feel neglected. Clayton, thank you so much for jumping in. Appreciate all your comments and your support. Vic, thank you so much. Victory lap. We appreciate everything. Paul Schaefer. Okay, Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd. I'll take either of them.
Jack Kenna,
love the support from there.
Yep.
Alex Smith.
Yep.
Are you working at ESPN this weekend or next weekend?
He's on the chat with us.
I know, but give him that. And of course,
we thank him.
My amazing wife Anna, who I wouldn't be able to do what I can do without her support, her love, and her one-liners that she throws at me every hour of every day. So, honey, I love you to death. Thank you so much for letting me have fun. Joe Brewer, thank you for participating. Thank you for your comments. Really do appreciate everything you say in the chat. I think we got Jack. Sorry, Jack's catching up. He had to leave. Jack, thank you so much for your contributions and your support and your one-liners. This MHRT network person, don't know who that is.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Clayton, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, and David, who let us off.
Yep.
Is it still 75 degrees in Florida, or are you?
Probably not right now.
Probably not right now.
But since we started this show yesterday, probably was.
Amen. And got to wrap up my part by saying happy birthday again to my mom, who is 22. Happy birthday, Mom. Thank you so much for everything you do for our family.
Yeah, thanks, Mom, or his mom. But thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's it. That's all we got, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you have not, please do so. It takes you nothing but a click. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. That tells everybody else how much you like the show. We really do appreciate you guys each and every week taking out the time of your busy Friday night. Huh?
I'm telling my nephew, Dylan, hit the thumbs up button. Yeah. Come on.
And we appreciate you guys each and every week. A busy Friday night heading into a weekend. You guys, whatever you may be doing the weekend, you've taken the time out to spend some time with us. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks for putting up with the 66-year-old guy with this young guy over here. And I really do appreciate Kona for being my co-host as always. Great insight. Guys, have a very fantastic weekend. Until next Friday, the last Broncos breakdown ever. We will be rebranded on the 27th. We're not doing the 14th.
21st.
That's now
21st, not the
21st. I'm sorry. 21st. That's my bad. I said 27th at the beginning of the show. What an idiot. So we're doing next week, the February 7th. That will be the last Broncos breakdown. Name and logo, new name, new logo, same guys, same topic. Well, not same topic, same style, same format, but we're branching out and hopefully making the show a lot better. You guys are the best. We will see you next Friday the 7th. We will not see you the 14th, but we will see you brand spanking new February 21st. Till then, guys, till next week, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the Pro Bowl, if that's what you like. And we will talk to you prior to Super Bowl 7? I think it is 57, something like that. Anyway, yeah, whatever. Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, where hopefully the Eagles win. We will be giving you our final prediction for that show. Kona, say goodbye. We are done. Thanks a lot, guys.
Say goodbye.
Till next Friday. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flame out. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute.